Hi, everybody. It's Teacher Angelina with West Education and the Test Preparation Network. Today, we're going to go over the format of the TOEFL exam, the updated format, the format that has been in effect since August 2019. So today we're going to go over the format just so everyone has good, clear information about the current format of the exam. I have noticed that many websites and blogs have been given misinformation about the updated format of the TOEFL exam. And it's misinformation because it's not what the current format and what the current exam has in place for TOEFL test takers. So I wanted just to take this time to make it clear for the TOEFL test takers exactly what the format of the exam is going to be. I assume maybe people just haven't updated it, but from blogs and websites and even like YouTube videos, people are giving the wrong information. So the TOEFL exam format has been updated since August of 2019. Okay, August of 2019 is when ETS made the announcement that they'll be changing the format of the exam. They had gotten some feedback and there had been some complaints. The exam was too long, so on and so forth. So they made some changes so that people would be able to take the exam with a bit more ease. So, for the TOEFL exam test content that's been updated since August of 2019, there's still four sections. So, there's still the reading section, listening section, speaking, and writing section. The sections have not changed. Now, for the reading section, there is going to be 54 to 72 minutes given, and you will be answering between 30 and 40 questions. So it used to be that the number of questions were a lot more. So now per section, you answer about 10 questions, where with the old exam, you were answering about 12 to 14 questions. So in that way, it's been shortened. The reading section has been shortened. Then we have the listening section, which is between 41 and 57 minutes, and 28 to 39 minutes will be given. So for the listening section, it's about a total of 20 minutes shorter. Yeah, 20 minutes shorter. So you have less lectures within the listening section now, and you have about 6 questions per lecture. So in that way, the exam has been shortened. Then we have the speaking section, which is now 17 minutes long, and you complete 4 tasks. It used to be that you would complete 6 tasks in the speaking section, but now there's only 4. And then there's the writing section that actually never changed. It's 50 minutes and you complete 2 writing tasks. Okay, so this is the new test content. This is the new format, and it's been dated on the website, ETS's website, from August 2019. Okay, so there's also news about being able to take the exam online. This obviously came when COVID-19 hit the world. So it'll be difficult for testing centers to operate, especially with social distancing rules being in place. So a lot of the testing centers around the world closed, and ETS made it possible for students to be able to take their TOEFL exam online using what they call their home edition. So there's some things that you need. You need a particular type of operating system, so on and so forth. They want your area to be clear, no phones, no anything. They might ask you to see your area to make sure that it's clear. So to minimize any chances of cheating, they're going to ask you to have bright lights and so on and so forth. But nonetheless, there is the option to take the exam online. And from what I understand, that option is available until September of this year. So something that has not changed though is the score. So the highest score that you can get is and has been 120. So that hasn't changed. The score is still the same. And then just some other smaller changes that ETS made with the TOEFL exam. One of them, which is kind of one of the bigger changes, is the fact that the exam is just 3 hours long. Um, it used to be that the TOEFL exam was actually about 4 hours long. Now, the test itself was 3 hours and a half. However, if you add your registration time, your break time, and other little small, things to do and times, it ends up being about 4 hours. So now that's been cut by at least 30 minutes. So now the actual test time is 3 hours, and then for the registration and your breaks on and so forth, it ends up adding about a half hour. So in that case, it's 3.5. But your actual exam is just 3 hours. Also, you can now register 2 days before your exam. So you can get online and you can register at least 2 days before. If you wanted to take that exam on Friday, you would be able to log in and register by Wednesday so that you can have a seat. In addition to that, during the registration process, you can see what testing center is closest to you by using Google Maps. So it's integrated and it'll pop up what testing center is closer to you, which is really, really helpful, especially if you were initially under the idea that you had to travel far in order to get to the testing center. So ETS has integrated Google Maps, and so that way during your registration process, it'll pop up all the testing centers that is closest to you. Next, you're now able to take the exam once per week. So, for example, you take the exam and you didn't really get what you needed, or you didn't get the score that you wanted, so you want to take it again. It used to be that you had to wait 2 weeks in order to register again, but now it's the case that you just wait 1 week and you can take the exam again. Next, you can get your exam scores within 5 to 6 business days, which is really awesome. Actually, I'm most excited about this change, that you can get your results back quicker. It used to be that you had to wait 10 business days, but now, say for example, you take the exam on Monday, it's very possible you can have your scores back by Friday. It's very possible. So this for me is the change that I'm most excited about. Now, too, you will be able to get a summarized score result. So it used to be that they gave you details upon details of your score and, what happened during your testing period. But now you just get a summarized score report, which is created by My Best Scores, and so they give you a summarized score report about your scores on the exam, and so it's easier for universities and admissions officers to just navigate and read through, your strengths and your weaknesses if you have any. Last but not least, the speaking section will now be rated by one human and one AI system robot. So they use a new software in which it'll allow an AI system robot and a human to score your speaking. Because for TOEFL speaking, you're speaking into the microphone so that your responses are heard. And so there's one human that participates in that, in addition to a new software that they use, and an AI system robot will be able to also score it. So these are majority of the changes made from the old TOEFL exam to the new TOEFL exam, which has been updated again August 2019. And don't forget about our Up 20 TOEFL course, our TOEFL preparation course, created and customized specifically for students who want to get the best results on their TOEFL exam scores. Okay, you can follow us via our social media, and you can visit our website. It will be linked here. And I'd like to thank everybody for joining, and I hope everyone does well on their TOEFL exam. Have a good day.